Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. It's time to get going on all the drawer fronts, and after that then we'll start focusing a little bit more on those side cabinets, mainly the shoe drawers, and we still have the clothes hanger block to go on the top as well. So yeah, let's get after a drawer front. First thing we're going to do is cut it to size. Okay, still a little bit tight, but that leaves me some cleanup room around the whole thing. And there's the fit that I'm looking for. Really, really happy with that fit. Okay, I'm just going to put a couple of pilot holes in here to make life easier for me. I'm just going to use some double stick tape on here. So while I've got it right here, before I actually drill my holes, I'm going to go ahead and just mark a reference line on here in the back of the drawer, because I'm going to have to pull this back off to get that tape out, or I won't sit flush. I'll also mark it on the sides. Not that there's much revealed there. And I'll go ahead and add my pilot drills on the inside. Right, already pre-drilled. And we'll just add a couple of screws into those pilot holes. These are just temporaries, really. And we got just a little bit of rub in this bottom corner here. So nothing a little bit of smoothing plane won't take care of. There's also adjustments in the glides. So I may be able to pull it up a little bit that way. And these are those adjustments I was talking about. This is side to side and this is up and down. So I'm just going to make a move on this one. And then I'll make the move to the corresponding side as well. Okay, all in all, my gap is looking really good now. I get that double stick tape off and the reveal will be just perfect. We'll get this all cleaned up. Okay guys, well there's the first one. All good fit and finish. I'm happy with my reveals. Drawer functions super nice. Just like it's supposed to. So I'm going to spend the rest of today going after these other drawer fronts. And we get after, again, probably tomorrow morning we'll be able to start on these side cases and really start cleaning things up there. All right, well that took me the better part of the day to get everything fit in there just right. I'm super happy with it. The reveals are all really good. All that's left on that center cabinet now is just some finish sanding, some finish, and of course drawer pulls, which the wife has on order. I'm not sure what she picked out yet, but I'll see them when they get here. Time to get going on the side cases. So the first thing I want to get done on these side cabinets are the hanger blocks. The clothes rods are actually going to attach to these, and I'll be quite honest, I had forgotten about them. I didn't need to run my shelf pins this high, but that's okay. It is what it is. I just found some scrap cherry, cut it to 4 1/4, which is what I needed, and I'm going to glue and clamp these in, and then later I'll add some screws. This side is against a wall. This side is against this cabinet, so you're never going to see those screws. And the top actually gets a shelf on it so that this becomes one continuous shelf all the way around the closet. So I can add screws there as well and give plenty of support for that hanger block. There we go. I'll let that side cure up while I do the other side. Later we'll come in here and get started on those bottom drawers. Okay guys, well it's not very often that I build a prototype or a mock-up, but I'll be honest, I was having a hard time getting my head wrapped around these angled shelves in there and whether or not they were going to fit what I had intended them to fit. In the mock-up, you know, there's some gaps here and there and whatnot, but I have to account for the glide. So I'm okay with that. Overall in the front, you know what, I'm okay with those dimensions. I can live with those. Where I get into trouble, when I mocked up the inside, this gap here, it does not allow for storage of shoes, which is what I intended in there. So I'm gonna go back to the drawing board a little bit. The overall drawer shape, it is what it is. I'm happy with that, but I need to start messing around with these to see if I can make this fit what I want it to fit. So let me go back to the drawing board and we'll come up with something here that'll work. Okay, so I mocked up another design. And I really think this is what's going to work for us. Again, it's just held together with screws and it's garbage wood. It's just a mock-up. The only thing that's in here that's real is the hardware. The slanted shelves just didn't allow for the stackables, where I think that this allows me to stack shoes as I needed. You can't fit 2 pairs of shoes in the depth of this closet, not unless they're really tiny shoes and it's just my wife and I, so that's not the case. But you can stack 3 pairs of shoes if you stack them. So for instance, if I grab this old pair of house slippers, I can stack them in here and I can get 3 in there. As well, they fit down here and I can get 3 more. So that gives me 6 pairs of shoes. And then if you have something that's a little bit taller, these aren't really taller, but they have a stiffer side to them. But I can still put these front to back and get the drawer closed. So I think that this is the design we're going to go with, but I'm going to sleep on it tonight. I'm going to chat with Mel and get his thoughts. Ultimately, this was Mel's design, and this is no slight on Mel. Sometimes reality is just different than what goes into a design. Mel's design was awesome, but physical dimensions sometimes are a little bit different than the plans, and in this case mine are, just a little bit, but not much. Just reality is different. So I'm going to sleep on it, and then hopefully tomorrow morning we'll get going on constructing drawers out of some nice material and some real joinery instead of super glue and screws.